Yeah, we still have men and women hating on other men who are traveling overseas and looking for women, looking for wives, looking for relationships. And the issue is you have, like, I've seen more men stepping up and kind of catering to women's thought processes. And of course, you have women who are upset that men are leaving and traveling overseas, and they're saying they're not. At first, they was kind of saying they they weren't upset, and they want these guys to go and good riddance. And but then now you see a lot of women trying to copy going overseas, and you see that didn't work. And now women are back to the same old stuff, the shaming men, trying to shame men. And you have other men now stepping up, and they're kind of catering to women's thoughts, and they're start trying to shame. My thing is, if you're a man and you're doing what you need to do, and you have your mind set in something, you're not gonna change. You're not gonna change another man's thought process by shaming. Like, women, the thing about a lot of times these women are, they're single, they have bad attitudes, and their attitudes show on their videos, and everything they're saying is negative. They're talking down about men. They're trying to shame, trying to make them feel bad for leaving. Of course, the normal stuff. The issue is things are not going to change. You're not going to find anybody. You're going to be alone. You're going to be single. You're going to be stuck with your kids, a single mother, until you change your attitudes. Like, you talking about men leaving is not going to get you a man. It's not going to get you anybody. It's not going to get you anywhere. You'll just be in the echo chamber of other women who are single, who don't have anybody. Y'all can just be talking. Until you change your attitude and your behaviors, things are not going to change. The men who are getting their passports and who are leaving, who are going to other countries and trying to find women, trying to find wives, trying to find relationships, they're actually doing something. They're actually, trying to solve an issue. They're actually trying to solve a problem. Is it the way that you want them to solve a problem? No, it's not a way, but it's a solution for them. So until you change your attitude, you're just gonna be talking. For the men who are hating on men going overseas, passport bros, blue book gentlemen. The thing about you is, why are you trying to police another man's business? I kind of talked about this before. It's kind of weird that you're trying to police another man. You're trying to, dictate what another man does. If he chooses to go overseas and find a woman, that's his business. Now, we know you want to cater to women. You want to make yourself look like you're such a, you're such a great guy, and you all that, and you can get women. But the thing is, my thoughts is, if you're that guy, you're single, you're in the States, you're in the West, and you can get all these women, and other men are leaving, wouldn't that give you access to more women? So why are you, if you really can get women in the West and other men are leaving, you should be happy that other men are leaving. You really should be happy, more happy than the women, because there are more women in the world than men. And if men are leaving, women are not having, they won't have a pick of men. But if other men are leaving and there's more women, there's more women for you. So why are you hating on men who are leaving? That's one thing. The reason why I do know why these men, like men who actually can get women, I do know why these men are upset. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. This is why the men are upset. We understand the women, okay? The good men who are leaving, they are the backup men for these women, or the so-called backup men. Good men, a lot of times, women, they choose a certain type of guy. They choose the wrong type of men, and they have an understanding of men who have good character. But a lot of times they avoid certain guys, and they want those guys, put them in the friend zone. I talked about that before, and want to keep them in the friend zone until they actually need them. And a lot of times what these women are doing nowadays, they are mating with certain men. They're having kids with certain men who don't really want to be with them. They're having kids with those guys. And then at the end of the day, they want a good man to step up and step in, be a stepfather, be the guy who comes in, saves the day, takes care of them. And their issue is these men are saying, I'm not going to do that. I can go overseas. I can find me a woman. I can find me a younger woman who has no kids. I can find me a woman from another country who actually wants to be my wife, who are taught to be wives. And I can find this woman and I can get with her and I can spend my time, my money, my attention on this woman. And women are upset. But what you don't understand is the men who actually can get women. A lot of times what men do who can get a lot of women, and I've been around a lot of men like this. I grew up around, guys like this, so I understand their thought process. I understand the thought process. So these guys, what they're doing, what they normally do is they're just there for, to get with women. They're just there, and a lot of times they'll talk to women who have boyfriends. Some even talk to women who have wives. And that's kind of a dangerous game to play, but there are guys out here like that. They'll talk to a woman who has, and they prefer to talk to a woman who has a boyfriend. So that woman, she has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is taking her out on dates. Her boyfriend is spending his time with that woman, giving that woman attention, giving that woman money. And, she's intimate with that man. She's having sex with that man. But you're her pretty much her backup guy. And a lot of times when a man is in that situation, he doesn't mind, because if he has multiple women, he has access to sex kind of whenever he wants it. Now he can text that woman and see if that woman can get away from her boyfriend or whatever, and she'll make an excuse. Oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and she'll go see him. They'll have sex, and then he leaves or she leaves because she got a boyfriend. This man doesn't have to. He doesn't have to take that woman out on dates because her boyfriend takes her out or her husband takes her out. He doesn't have to spend his money on that woman because her boyfriend does, her husband does. He doesn't have to give her attention like that because her boyfriend does it and her husband does it. All he's there is when she wants to sleep with somebody new or different. When he wants to sleep with her, she'll find an excuse to try to go see him. Now, if a man like this, he has a couple women, he has 4 and 5 women, and he's making phone calls here and there, I can go, I can get women anytime I want to, really. And he doesn't have to do anything. So you got guys like this, they are hating on, they're really hating on passport bros because these guys are not in that place of the boyfriend and the husband type guy. These guys are saying, okay, women in the West, they not loyal, they got bad attitudes, they don't mind cheating, they're all about money. They don't know how to treat anybody. They don't know how to cooperate with anybody. And they are saying, okay, I'm not going to be in that road, pretty much leaving them in the dust. So the women are upset. And then you got the guys who, quote unquote, say they can get women. They're upset because their cover man is not there anymore. And you got these women, they're upset with the men who they're just sleeping with, because a lot of times when these women are talking and they are, ranting and they're talking about somebody dusty, they're not talking about the good men. You're not talking about me. You're not talking about a good person. It's a difference. And another thing, I do know there are good women out here. But my problem with the good women in the West, good women in the United States, you women let the worst women be the representative of all women. They come out, it is good women out there. It is good women. And then another thing, when a good woman does come out and speaks some sense, you got all these women bashing this one woman. But it's not a balance on the women's side. On the men's side, you got men who are good men. It's a lot of good men speaking up. And you got some men who just catering to women and what they think. Just trying to get some likes and trying to get some attention. They're just trying to get that attention. But I do feel like on the men's side, it is some good men out here who are speaking sense, who are trying to, solve issues and do things the right way. But you do have these men out here who just, they just cater to women. They just, say whatever they just say whatever women want to hear. Well, I feel like the men's side have a little bit more balance. On the women's side, I feel like the good women, you let the worst women speak for y'all. And these good women, y'all need to step up and speak out, because there are good women out there. I do know there are good women. But you just got the worst type of women out here speaking up for you. But you got women who upset with the passport. That's the reason why they're upset. That's the reason why they're mad. Like, you got these guys, they don't have their cover man no more. And like I said before, if these men are leaving, why are you upset? Why don't you just get with these women? Get with the women in the United States. Get with the women in the West. Get with them, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to fully get with these women themselves. They just want access to sleep with them. They don't want to wife. They don't want to marry these women. They'll have sex with these women. They'll have kids with these women, but they're not marrying them. They're not doing that. That's why they're upset. They're upset with the men who would get married to that woman. They're saying, I don't want to get married. I'm going somewhere else. That's why those guys are upset. That's why they're mad. The women just mad because the men leaving. Just want to impart a little bit of wisdom on you guys today. Yo, go ahead on and like, share, subscribe to my channel. Leave in the comments in the comment section below. Your comments will be greatly appreciated. And like I always say, love you guys millions, and I'll talk to you later. Club.